Yo, what's going on? It's good to see you as always. So today we're going to be turning neo soul samples into house music. And I used to love doing this on my MPCs. It's what I did for all my VCF music. And the reason I'm doing this today is because I was on the Tracklib website, which of course is today's video sponsor. And I was digging through the monthly digs of December and I came across this track, Slow, by The Love Experiment. Listen to this. And I know for a fact that this track is going to be nuts because it has all these intricate bass lines and rhythms within itself that once you start chopping them up on like a quarter or an eighth, they just come up with these new wild patterns. So let's go ahead and do this. And if we wanted a quick little preview of this, watch, you can just throw on early house. Listen to that, it's already sick. Ducking, loop, 8 bars. Go where the vocals are at. Oh, game over, right? You can hear the swinginess of it. And sure, it's gonna get a little wild, but we can tame a lot of that when it comes to chopping up our samples. And to get this sample on, I'm just gonna go the easy mode and just load up the Octatrack as a USB disk mode. Go into here, and then we'll just drag and drop this over. Now it's loading it up here. Sweet, there's that kick. That's where we need to chop out. We're gonna create a slice grid and slices on. Slices. Oh, this. Yeah, that's actually cool. I dig that a lot. I don't know what tempo that's going to be at though. Wow, of course, it's at 120 basically. And I already have a kick here on the digi. 2 bars. Let's see. $64. So if I go to this page, I want to clear this out, clear this out. Okay, so this slice specifically, I want it to. Same with this one. And you can see that these have a little bit of air. This is the fun part of chopping neo soul is there's a ton of swing. But this, I'm taking away kind of the vibe, but it's fine. And we're just gonna lock it in real tight. So basically, I've kind of put in the rough idea and then I go back in and really find what slices I want to edit. It's a good practice to go and like edit all the slices, but for now, just for the sake of time. Okay, a couple things. Watch. You hear that? That's because these slices have an extra kick in there and we can get rid of that. We'll go the John Wayne style, put ping pong on. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, slice 9 or slice 4, a little funky. We can get a little tighter. Oh. So this is actually kind of working for me, right? If we throw in a couple other drums in here, and of course this track is really loud in comparison to everything else. We'll turn this down, we'll turn this up a little bit. Let's see, ratio down, threshold down a little bit. Awesome, now we'll start bringing this into the volume. Oh, and if we really wanted, we can go and push some of the low end out of this, but I kind of like the bass of it. Right? If we really wanted to push that bass up a little bit, we can change our cue around to emphasize that, but I'm gonna save our cue for the low pass because at some point in the track, it's gonna be like this. Awesome. So, and if you're curious about how Tracklib works, this is a license C, right? It's 50 bucks, it says. You're probably wondering what that's about. Basically, you subscribe to Tracklib monthly, and then you can use their whole sample library to make music. But when you're ready to release a song, like on a streaming platform or on Bandcamp, you pay a licensing fee, and depending on how much of that sample you used, you split royalties of that track with the original artist. It's kind of like doing a collab with the original artist, which I think is pretty cool because I'm working on this Frank Dukes track and the sample I took from Tracklib, so hopefully I can finish that and get that out pretty soon. But yeah, if Tracklib is something you're interested in, be sure to use the link down in the description below to get 15 extra free download credits, as well as sign up for a 30-day free trial, which you can cancel anytime. So I want to start saving space just because. So I'm going to take track 2 and set this to record track 1 with a quantized record length of just 64, and then we'll say quantized record pattern length, and I'm just going to grab this loop and save it as a new loop. And the reason I'm doing this is just so I can grab that moment in time, drop it down, and slice up some more slices on our original sample and not have to duplicate it in fear of messing up the original record buffered version of itself. I hope that makes sense. All right, it's coming around. We'll hit record. Just going ahead and grabbing the 4-bar pattern. Awesome, so that's in there. If we mute that and we go to track 2, and we go to our flex, record track 2, and just drop this on the very beginning. Right, it's there, easy peasy. We'll mute that for now, go back to this track. Okay, now I want to find where those vocals kind of come in. And I'm going to go ahead and not adjust our endpoint because this was a perfect 4-bar loop is I believe what I grabbed. So if I zoom out a little bit and I just end up moving the start point exactly to a kick where I need it to be, the endpoint should have not moved and the song should have been played to a click, hopefully, and then the endpoint would be set for us. Oh, jackpot. Okay, right there at that breath. Slices. Create a slice grid. 16 slices don't align. So these are a little off. And that's fine. I can just adjust them myself. All right. This is the previous slice, but we can clear that. I'm going to tighten up that initial high. Yo, this sounds wild. With this bass line, work over this. Let's turn the volume down on this track. It doesn't, but I can hear that it wants to work, right? So I've gone ahead and copied this pattern. We'll go to pattern 2, paste the pattern here, and I'm just going to set this to a 1-bar pattern, and let's just kind of get this real loopy vibe going. Awesome. We'll take this 32 steps, and I'm going to copy the first bar of track 1 onto the second bar, and just change up this first slice. All All right, I'm gonna try and do something wild. And if I go into our audio editor and we go into slices and we zoom into our recorded sample, that's where I need to add a slice. It's just one at the beginning, sure. And we'll end that right here in the middle. And then I want to add a new slice right there, all the way to the end. Set this to slice 1, and then on the second bar, we're going to set this to slice 2. So we've effectively just kind of sped up that 4-bar pattern into a 2-bar pattern to fit into this little 2-bar loop. Listen to this. We'll just listen to that part by itself. That's the new bass line. With this stuff here, a little more energy. All right, we'll take this in. Ooh. LFO, filter frequency. There it is. Now, track 1. Take that out, bring it in. Raise it up. You can hear the basses are competing, right? We can fix that. I'm gonna push our bass up. That's fine. And then here we'll open this up. Track 2's filter is wide open. That's not what I want. I just want this to be the bass only. Oh, that's why this was already set up to 4631. So we'll just go ahead and change that here. And then we can just clear this out. We'll lower this down a little bit. Yo, I'm happy with this. Let's go ahead and see what we can pull off. Let's get some strings in here, right? That's kind of what we need. That's cool. All right, we'll just grab that from A here, put that on the first, bring that down. And then I'll say trigger, let's just do 1 out of every 2. So it's gonna trigger on that one, and then it's gonna skip this one. And just keep going, and then re-trigger. Okay, cool, that works. Let's time stretch it actually. So I want to say when I change the rate, time stretch. Just to get it to hold for those 4 bars. And then to soften it up, we'll do a little bit of dark reverb in send mode. Send it. Actually, you know what, let's do it in mix mode. I feel like this really needs some sort of like a little lead line or something. Hold on, let me see what scale this was in. A minor, all right, all right. Oh, right, it's C major. It's always the simplest melodies that get me. So right now, I'm taking an input from 3/4 into the Octatrack of everything, but what I really want to do right now is only listen to the Nord. So we'll turn all this stuff down. Let me press play. Awesome. So right now there's nothing coming in, and then on 3/4, the Nord is up, right? You can see this. This is the Digitac, but let's see. Why did I forget it? Whatever, that'll work. All right, let's do this. Okay, cool, that worked. We'll go to flex and listen to record buffer 4. and put that on the first step. Volume down, delay, and then we'll filter this out like crazy. And then LFO to our filter cutoff. The bass though, I want it to move around, kind of like a bandpass. A little slower. There it is. Final touch, let's add a little ride in here. Let me clear these out. There it is. Same thing, I'll just say for this, we'll go, yeah, that's fine. Trigger velocity down. There it is, copy that. A little attack on there. Okay, where else can we take this? Maybe we can open it up, open that up. Oh, you know what? We'll push this way down. And then on track 2, we'll open this up. Oh, it changes up the whole rhythm. Back to pattern 1. Longer version. Oh, right, it's in slice mode now. That's okay, we can fix this. Here. Slice 2. Oh. It almost sounds like I'm DJing 2 tracks at once. Because there's this version, and then there's this version. There's something here. But yeah, go flip a Neo Soul sample. Use that link down below in case you're interested. Why not? And I also have a link to this sample specifically down below in case you wanted to listen to it in its entirety and check it out. By the way, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope to see you again next week. And until then, you already know the drill. Share the love, share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace. All right, let's do this.